I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together.
All
Hey,
right. How's the cats?
oh, they're good. I'm watching
Nice.
the bunny right now. She's
Bumba.
chilling out. Yeah,
Bella the Bum Bun.
she's so cute.
Yeah. How
I
old is
gotta
she?
clip your nails. She's gonna be 8 in the fall.
Oh man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she's old. Yeah, it's yeah, we'll see. People in the rabbit group had one lady had bunnies that would be 15. I was like,
Wow.
that's too much. That's too long. You have this bunny till 2033,
Wow. Wow.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good to kind of jump into. We can maybe just try to get through like the mansion. You want to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. That's good.
That's basically as far as I played. I
Yeah.
played a little bit further, but
No, that sounds good.
yeah,
It's a good place to do it. And I imagine that the Jill and Chris stuff is largely similar, but maybe some differences in the first part.
yeah, I think so. Well,
Okay.
we'll compare
We'll
notes here.
we'll see.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So part two, we'll be right back with getting into the mansion area
Okay.
of the game
Yeah. So
and the classic
now
Resident Evil music. Do 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 do.
now a
That's not what
word
it
from
sounds like.
now a word from our sponsors.
Uh, Guys, you have trouble in the bedroom. I'm here to talk about Blue Chew. They always like go through. Have you noticed that with podcasts? Because like for a long time it was all boner pills. Well, for a long time it was mattresses. That was like the big thing.
Mattresses,
Like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like buying the mattress that they ship you in like a box or whatever.
Yep. Blue
Yeah.
Apron kind of
Blue
things,
Apron and all
right?
the yeah.
HelloFresh,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
And then like therapy, that was a big like
Oh
the,
yeah, yeah.
the chatbot like BetterHelp therapy stuff. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Which yeah. But
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, one day we'll have morally questionable sponsors.
Yes, that's right.
But
Yeah.
until then,
Boeing. Just kidding. That's not even funny. That's
that's right. We're sponsored by Boeing. If you want a real thrill, you'll hop on board a 737 and hope for the best.
yeah. Nathan did
Um,
it. It worked for him. Like
that was
just
I was thinking about that show today. That was yeah,
it's great.
that's an
Great.
awesome show.
Yeah.
I know we're like in the middle of this, but did I ever tell you my story about like the one time I bought something off a podcast?
No, no, oh, you
Um,
mean like something that was sponsored.
yeah, like sponsored. So it
Okay.
was like a betting website,
Okay.
like my bookie something, and they had like some deal, and I was like, it was around the start of football. I have friends who are in like sports betting, and they're like, "Oh,
Okay.
I want all this money." I was like, "I'll ask them what they're betting on, and just bet the same thing. It'll be free money." So I signed up for this betting site, used my credit card, and then it came
Sounds great.
back. Yeah, yeah, and I
Yeah.
lost all my money. So I, you know, got this. I got my statement, and there was like $200 on it. And it was like the most bizarre like string of letters ever. It was like,
Uh-huh.
it was one of the charges we get was like 2846.az dot
Yeah.
blah 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 blah
Yeah.
dot. It's from fucking Algeria. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not.
Yeah.
I didn't do this. So I call my bank and I'm like dispute the charge, and then fucking this Middle Eastern guy calls me up. He's like the guy from my bookie in
What?
like fucking Algeria or something. Like their Algerian customer service calls me and they're like pissed at me. They're like, "Why you dispute this charge? You say you didn't do it."
What the hell?
Yeah, seriously. So this guy calls me up,
Whoa.
he's all mad at me, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was you guys." And he goes, "Well, you need to call your bank and get them to shut this down
You're like,
because
sure,
we're not
yeah.
giving you your money back." And he was like really like intense about it. And part of it's kind of like, "Are you in Algeria? What are you gonna do?" But
Yeah.
I'm an honest guy. I'm not gonna fuck over these this hardworking gambling website. So I call the bank back all sheepishly, the U.S. bank, And I'm talking to the lady. I'm like, oh yeah, I call this be an online charge, but um, I can't remember what I said. I was like, I was going through my transactions, and I realized I actually had something that I authorized. And he goes, oh, okay. And then she kind of laughs. She goes, yeah, well, don't worry, stuff like that, it happens all the time. And then she like the way she said, it, she was kind of chuckling, and I hung up. I was like, oh, she thought it was like a porno
It was a
website.
porn thing. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. She thought it was like an OnlyFans. Yeah, but
Wow, wait a second. So you totally just paid these people?
well, yeah. I mean, I paid, I signed up for their service and lost, so it was my fault.
I
But
guess. I guess.
yeah,
That's very generous of you.
but I thought it was funny that yeah, she was just like, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's better to call back, but like, this was a shady gambling site, all right. It wasn't a
Yeah.
shady pornography
You
site.
you try to get the person on the line. You're like,
Yeah.
"Where's where's
Can I?
Sandra?"
I need Sandra to know. So that story is funnier when it happened than 2 years later, I guess. So,
I'm
uh,
curious. This makes me think of something that happened when I was in Cleveland that I got
ooh,
like totally taken by this guy. He was just like, right, it's like comes up and talks to us, and the smart thing would have been like just keep walking,
shut
right?
down.
Yeah. And so I forget how he phrased it, but he basically said like I can guess like it was not like where you got your shoes. It was something like that, right? Like I can,
Okay.
if I tell you the city and the street, you know, will, you know, will you give me like $20 or something?
Okay.
And
He's
I was
like
just,
mind freaking you.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I was with my AP roommate, and so we were talking, and then this goes on, and we're waiting at a crosswalk, and then like my roommate goes, but I'm talking to the guy, and I'm just like, oh, I just like didn't go. And so basically,
Oh,
yeah, so
so you're
basically
stuck on one side of the street,
yeah. And
and
I later,
that sucks.
my roommate was like, I was going so you would come with me so we would exit the situation.
Extricate yourself.
Right. And then he's like, okay. So basically, whatever, I wish I remembered the original wording because basically the answer to the question where he was like, and like, are you an honest person? Are you gonna do what you said you would do? And I was like, yeah, sure. And it was like, it was the city and the street that we were on. There was something about the phrasing. It was like where you wore the shoes or something like that.
Hmm.
And so I was like, well, I don't have any cash. And he's like, there's I was like, I don't have any, like and then
Like I didn't make this man good faith, all right? Like
well, I was like, I don't know.
were you gonna get anything? Did he like was he gonna give you $20 or is
No,
just a one-sided?
no, it
Oh,
was a one,
okay.
yeah, yeah. But then
Yeah.
he's like, there's an ATM over there, and I was like, all right. So we went to the ATM.
Fair's fair.
And my roommate was just like waiting around. He's like, okay. And then like
See, you're being a strange man.
and the ATM,
Uh,
I tried to withdraw, but it wouldn't let me withdraw anything. Like I was like, there's no option to withdraw here. And I like
mhm.
showed the guy, I was like, where I can't even do it. And he's like, just enter your PIN in here. And I was like, that's not what I was like, that's asking for like a bank security code. I was like, that's not what the PIN is. I was like, I can't withdraw money, man. I don't have anything
I
for you.
tried.
Yeah, I offered to give him my leftovers. I was like, I have my leftovers from this place I just ate at. And he's like, no. So
Was this guy like unhoused
that was
or
the read I got. Yeah.
the read you got? Okay.
Yeah.
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 That'd be a little, at least it's creative, it's yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a little like Riddler
yeah,
of Paul Dano.
I was like, yeah, I don't think he was trying to flood Cleveland, but you know,
He's trying to blow up the levee.
yeah, but yeah, it was very dumb of me. I was just like, I should not, don't engage. Just be like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
live and learn.
live and learn.
You weren't prepared for the tough streets of Cleveland,
I wasn't, yeah, the
I
tough
guess. Yeah.
questions. Yeah, I was like,
The tough,
oh,
yeah.
yeah,
The trick questions.
the trick questions of Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's the name of my next novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, do you want 20 doll hairs?" And you said, "Sure." And then they pulled out a Barbie, and you're like, "What?"
Like
Yeah,
that doesn't count. I don't
yeah.
I don't have any money.
Uh,
Yeah.
anyway,
All right.
um,
The mansion.
so the mansion.
The mansion.
So we watched the Great FMV, which we talked about. I'm glad you like it because
I
I also
do.
liked it.
I do like
I
it. Yeah.
I like Iron Rock. I thought it was well done.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. I thought it was fun and
yeah,
intense. It
yeah.
was
Like the
intense.
close-ups of like the dog and the
Yeah.
dog sound like yeah.
Arr.
uh, yeah, you roll into the room. So when you are with as Chris, you start
Yeah.
off and it's you, Jill, and Wesker.
Yeah.
And I think with Jill, is Barry with you as
It's
Jill?
Barry. Yeah.
Okay.
Barry, Wesker, and Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry really just like disappears in Chris's thing. Like you don't see him till the
Okay.
end.
Interesting.
Um, yeah. So then you hear shots fired
Yeah.
and the Star's official handbook says to always split up, which seems dubious.
That's
So
questionable. Yeah.
yeah, so Wesker says, well, there's gunshots. Chris, who doesn't have a gun, why don't you go by yourself to investigate and we'll wait here. So Chris is like, all right, that sounds good. Again, this is his great traits on display here of what was he again? Oh, he's
He's
easygoing.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's easygoing. He's like, that's fair.
Yeah.
The guy without a gun will go investigate the gunshots.
I thought you were going to say he was going to be insensitive, but not yet.
He was not insensitive, nor was he was not unpunctual. One might say
Yeah.
he was fairly punctual. He was on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
His
Fairly.
boss told him go through that door. He's like, God damn it, that's what I'm getting paid for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't know why I just thought I was like, wait, they get paid? I was like, yeah, of course. It's their job.
they get paid by the zombie. Yeah. Uh, I guess Wesker kind of does. You
Yeah.
find out his motivations. He's
Yeah.
got all that sweet combat data now.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gonna sell on the black market. Uh,
Stars.
yeah. So this is a pretty iconic scene. Yeah. You hear somebody chowing down something. You walk over, and there's like another. It's not FMV, but it's a cutscene, a rendered
Yep.
cutscene,
Yep.
and you see the zombie back of its head, and it slowly turns around to face you, and it's zombie.
Yeah. Iconic.
Yep.
Iconic. Very like grotesque, right? Like the zombie
Yeah,
is
it's really well done.
white and gray and patchy and its mouth is covered in blood,
Yeah,
right?
the skin rotting off. It's
Yeah.
a well developed zombie. It doesn't look like it's recently become zombified.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been around.
Yes.
So,
Do
yeah.
you have your gun right away as Jill? Like, can you shoot
Yeah.
the zombie?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You do. And I have in my notes, and this is something that I was surprised at. I mean, that zombie took 7 shots to drop. And it was
I like
like,
that as well
yeah, they were tough.
because I don't remember that either from the original. But I imagine it probably was. The zombies take different amounts of bullets,
Hmm.
which I think is smart design.
Yeah.
I think it adds to like the tension and the horror of not knowing exactly how much, if it's dead or not.
Yeah.
There is the tell that, when they fully die, they bleed out,
Right.
but it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to tell sometimes on the
Hmm.
with the PS1 graphics, especially if it's like already in like a dark area.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was surprised and also, um, I guess scared's not the right word, but I was just like, whoa, this requires much more effort and ammunition than I thought. And at the
Hmm.
beginning, when things are pretty
When you
tight,
when you don't have a lot, yeah.
yeah, it does not feel great.
Yeah.
So they do a good job of
Yeah.
creating tension in that regard.
Yes, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a classic part of survival horror is limited resources and really realizing early on that if you try to fight everything and try to kill everything, you're not going to make it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So, and it,
Yeah.
it teaches you that right away because you can pretty easily avoid the zombie. You can get clips off of the body if you want to.
Yep.
Chris at this point just has a knife, so I just ran away. And then you go back and as Chris, you find Jill's gun. You
Oh,
go back
okay.
and Wesker and Jill are both gone, and you find Jill's gun.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
always, I guess two notes. one, when I was younger playing the remake, I felt like I needed to kill every zombie, but I did it because I was scared. I was like, I don't want them to
Yes.
come back, so I need to take them all out, which was
Mhm.
terrible for my playthrough, right? I struggled a lot.
Yeah, because eventually, yeah, especially when you start running the zombies, you start running the bosses and things aren't zombies, they're harder than zombies. They actually do need to kill.
Yeah,
Not having that ammo
not
really
great.
hurts. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then secondly, I guess this has always been a question for me, like how do the two playthroughs, the Jill and the Chris or the Claire and the Leon, like how are they canonical? Like, do they articulate together or no? It's like one version happened or the other. Does that make
So
sense?
in this game, I think it is one version happens to the other.
Okay, because I
Because at
was
the end,
like,
don't you rescue the other person? Like, isn't the
yeah,
idea that like
yeah,
whoever wasn't like as Chris, Jill has been kidnapped by Wesker as being held hostage,
right.
and as if you're Jill, then Chris has been kidnapped.
Okay, yeah, because I was like,
Yeah,
Jill never loses her gun. So I was like, where does that come from? But it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
uh
yeah. So they're not taking place. It's an either or. Whereas
right.
RE2, it is like both are happening. It's just which one
Yeah.
you're playing as.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like Schrodinger's Resident Evil.
Schrodinger's Chris.
Schrodinger's
I guess
Chris
in this one it's Schrodinger's Leon. Um, well, which would it be? No,
for the first
it
one.
would be Chris and yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We can maybe make shirts.
That can be the name of the podcast.
Schrodinger's.
Schrodinger's Chris. That's really bad.
It's so stupid. Nobody would know what that's about. They're like,
No one
what
know what
is
that's
this?
about.
It's like a metaphysics
Uh,
podcast.
this is also off topic. Let me know if you want me to stop going off
No,
topic
no,
all the
no,
time.
no, no.
But with the Schrodinger's cat thing, so I always like heard it, never like thought really deep about it. It's like one of those things you hear as just
Hmm.
like a saying. Apparently, the at least what he was trying to get across, I've
Schrodinger.
read this a few different places. Schrodinger
Okay.
was that that's like he's like, wouldn't that be dumb if I
Oh,
thought this? Yeah,
really?
it wasn't meant to be like this like brilliant thing. It was kind of like highlighting the absurdity of it. Like all these different things would have to align in this very specific sense for you to say that. So it was meant to highlight like the absurdity of the
Oh,
idea that it could be in two states at once, not that it was possible for it to be in two states at once.
that's fascinating. And also,
Yeah, at least that's what I saw in a YouTube video and read in an article.
okay,
I don't know.
interesting. I mean, yeah, boy, what the original intent did not come through. That's
It
true.
hasn't lived up to that because people, yeah, people say it as like it it does simultaneously exist in both states until you
Right.
find out.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning, I mean, really, at least from my playthrough, there was the gallery puzzle. I feel like that's one of the major puzzles where you need to push the buttons on the painting, in
yes,
accordance with the stages of life, right? So newborn,
yeah,
old, which is
yeah. That's like kind of the first puzzle of the game.
hmm
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, yeah, not
Yeah,
too difficult.
you have to be familiar with the concept of aging
Right, right.
is
Yeah,
the main thing.
yeah, and not
If you're Benjamin Button, it's not gonna go.
no,
You'd be going backwards, and you'd be frustrated. So
right.
that would be bad.
Yeah, Benjamin
Uh,
Button, not canonical in RE.
yep. If you're the Count of Saint Germain, who never ages, you wouldn't know what to
Hmm.
do either. You'd
Yeah,
stall out at the stately old man, and that would be just where you'd end up. You'd just
is
that's
that
it.
is that like a Dorian Gray thing?
Kind of, it's like a more of like a legend
Hmm.
where there's
Okay.
like this nobleman that kept popping up again and again throughout history, and he like never aged.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of like an unsolved mystery
Okay.
legend type of thing. But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, that's
those are
a
both awful, awful jokes. My apologies. I was trying to think of it's like, oh yeah, famous people that either don't age or don't age in the proper order. And I was like, oh, it's kind of just Benjamin Button. That's
yeah,
kind of it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That should also be a feature. Just work Benjamin Button in every podcast.
There's a secret Benjamin Button reference in every single
Yeah,
podcast.
it's like if you notice, every the first letter of every sentence I've said from here on out, smells Kate Blanchett.
That's really good.
Thanks. It's got that
Uh,
blueprints on the brain.
yeah, that would be like a
Um,
blueprints puzzle.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess with this puzzle, I would say it is pretty straightforward. I think,
it's kind of introducing you to the idea that there'll be puzzles.
right, and
Yeah,
that you need to,
yeah, more so
follow
than like this is a
sequences.
real head scratcher, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I believe that's the first major puzzle. I think
yeah. So the
in
first puzzle is not just like finding an emblem or whatever, or
yeah,
finding a key, you know, or
yeah,
I guess you push the statue down in the dining room and it breaks and the jewel
yep,
falls out. But
yep,
again, that's like barely a puzzle. There's lots
yeah.
of if you like pushing stuff, you get to push a lot of stuff in this
There,
game.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Pushing
pushing
boxes,
boxes, statues,
step stools.
ladders, step stools.
Yep,
They all take the same amount of effort.
yep, yep,
So canonically, everything weighs the same in
yep.
Resident Evil.
It all makes
Yeah,
the same noise.
the
Um,
same
I
noise.
mean, it does. Yeah, it's like,
Everything's made out of the same material. Yeah.
yeah. Side note, I mean, were Chris's footsteps really like loud? Because Jill's footsteps were very loud.
When he was going up and down the stairs that you don't have a loading screen for, he was really clomping it up.
Okay, yeah,
Just yep, stomp,
yeah,
stomp, stomp. He
yeah.
was not good. Larry David would be upset. Not good. Not good. Nighttime walking the hall
Okay,
etiquette. You
okay,
tiptoe. You
yeah,
tiptoe. You go into the bathroom in the middle of the night. There's people in the house. You tiptoe.
yeah. Even if they're zombies,
Even if they're zombies,
even if they're
maybe they
zombies,
wouldn't be so aggressive at him if he tiptoed.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but they're wearing big, heavy combat boots
That's
also.
true. Yeah.
So, yeah,
The mansion floor is very resonant, so it's that pop, 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 pop,
they should
pop.
call it Resident Evil.
Ooh, Resident
That would have
Evil.
been
Yeah,
even better.
yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
Jill gets the bazooka.
When did she get it? Like,
You find it on Forrest's body,
oh, weird.
which is weird
Huh.
because he was packing some serious heat and he still got pecked to death.
Still couldn't.
Uh,
Well, if you were gonna try to kill a bunch of crows, a bazooka would not be the best tool for that.
that's true, but don't you think like
Yeah.
if you're like I'm close to death from pecking, you're like I have to try something.
Yeah. Maybe
I
even if
mean,
I go out too, I'm gonna at least take these birds out.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you get the
Unless they snuck up
bazooka.
on him.
That the bird snuck up on him?
They could have.
I mean, they do
Yeah.
fly. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Maybe they all coordinated and it wasn't, you think he's been pecked to death. You think it's been like several disparate pecks over like a few minutes, maybe an hour.
An
Maybe
hour.
all the birds got together. They're like, guys, we need to do it all at once and peck with like 20 crows, all pecked him at the same
Oh my
time.
gosh, that's
And
terrible.
it was enough to kill him just with the one boom,
Concerted peck.
the one concerted peck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should edit the wiki to include
I
this.
thought you were saying we should edit this part out. It's like I agree. Would you
No,
rather be
no.
pecked 20 times by one crow or one time by 20 crows?
Uh, Whew. 20 times by one crow, I think, because I get some familiarity with the crow, so I know what to expect.
Yeah, yeah.
The 20 by other, that's too much to handle.
hmm So I think that's what happened to
Too much.
Forrest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
RIP. Pour one
coordinated
out.
crows.
Yeah, pour one out by that for the homie,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
But yeah, beginning of the game, you're kind of just get a feel for the place. You're exploring. You're finding out which rooms are locked, which rooms need keys. There is an in-game map, but it's pretty bare bones.
Yes.
It fills out on its own as you explore, but you can also like find a map to see kind of areas that you haven't been to
Yes.
before.
Yeah,
So
and
I wish there was a little icon to represent you. But I did, even with the map, go through the wrong doors sometimes. It's kind of hard to orient yourself, but
yes. Yeah, I think having as something that the series I think later went to do, having names for the rooms would be helpful because
yes,
I
yeah.
was like, I know this was a closet on the east floor, and I don't totally remember how to get there. So there was a lot of running around or running back and forth, especially
Yeah.
with the layout, right? Like you need to go upstairs, across to the west side, and downstairs, so it's a lot of transit time. But I think the series, as we were talking about before, really sticks the landing in terms of like that is very textbook Resident Evil. That is what
Hmm.
you do in this game,
Yep. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it is. It does feel satisfying once you start to kind of get the mental map. Like you spend just enough time in the mansion where you're like, okay, I know like at least how to get to
Hmm.
like the key areas. Like I know how to get to all the save rooms, or I know
Yeah.
how to get out to the dining room, or like the big kind of hub areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, this is a design choice that I think ramps up the tension, but like the phrasing of item interactions and the like is very ominous, right? It's like there's something about the framing of will you take this item that feels like very weighty.
Yeah.
It's not just like click it and it goes into your inventory. It's like you
Yeah.
need to decide whether you can or not with limited space. And so I feel like you're like, do I need that herb? Should I take that herb? Am I going to get hurt later? Do I, so I,
Yeah.
I think it's just even simple design choices like that feel
It's
rewarding.
yeah, it's cool. I think I alluded to this earlier, but the main reason why I would play as Jill was I liked having the 8 item slots. It hasn't been as difficult as I thought it would be. Basically, I just don't carry the knife with me
Yeah.
and just use my gun. And then I only really carry healing items if I really think I'm going to need them, and try to like focus my healing, like get to the save room and that's where I'll heal because I know I have a herb in the item box
Oh, that's
versus like
interesting.
having it with me. Yeah.
Oh,
If I'm just like
interesting.
running around. So,
Oh, in my
yeah.
playthrough, I always had a combined herb.
Hmm.
I was like,
Yeah.
I always have one, and that's part because I have 8
Yeah.
slots, but I was like, heal, whenever. So
Yeah. And it is a game where it's good to stay like it's not a good idea to be in caution
no.
because your health can go down pretty quick, which is part of the tension. But yeah, the other the first the rooms are well designed. I mean, they do have their own feel. It's obviously very lo-fi, but I really like the piano bar. That was like the first room that I
Yeah,
walked into. Where I was like, besides like the dining room and the main hall, those big iconic areas, where I was like, oh, this is cool. Like it's just
yeah.
very like it 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 does a good job of feeling like a real place that people like inhabited.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, which I feel like video games struggle sometimes. Like
Yeah.
there's bedrooms, there's bathrooms, there's oh, this is the rec room, this is the parlor. So I think that part's cool, and the piano bar is really neat. That's a difference between Jill and Chris. Chris cannot play the piano. He tries, which
Oh,
is kind of endearing. It
okay. He's
seems more
sma
like something Leon would do than Chris. Like I feel like Chris would just be like piano, that's gay. Whereas
That's
Leon, I think would like try, be like, well, I've seen people play the piano before. I could
right. I
maybe
think you
kind of
would
figure it out.
try chopsticks, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's how Chris does. He gets the music sheets. He says, "I can't read music," and then he just starts like it sounds like a cat walking across a piano. He
Ugh.
starts there with just the ding 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 ding, ding just hoping something happens.
Oh, Chris.
Um, if you're Chris, you've already met Rebecca.
Okay.
Usually, by the time you get to the piano area, Rebecca's hiding in a closet, which is doubles as a save room. And she says, "Can I come with you?" And you say yes. Well, you can say yes or no. I always say yes because that was what gets you the good ending.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, she does not come with you. She says, "Okay, well, I gotta do some stuff. I'll catch up with you," which is weird. You've literally been
That
staying in a closet all day.
yeah. Yeah. What
Yep.
stuff needs to be done
Yeah, seems
here?
like she doesn't really want to come with you, but
No.
you know, I'm also glad that it's not like a big escort mission. I think
Oh,
even in
yeah. No, thank
1996,
you.
they're like, yeah, escort missions fucking suck.
No. Yeah.
um, but yeah, piano bar is cool. Rebecca, if you're playing as Chris, Rebecca comes in and says, "I can play the piano, but I need some practice." And then you have to basically leave for a certain amount of time. I think I read it was like 8 minutes, like of actual real in-game
Oh,
time. So you basically like you go do some other stuff, and then you circle back, and as you're getting there, is figure out how to play a Moonlight Sonata, and that opens up I think it's like a fake wall,
yeah.
and then you get
Yeah.
like another. emblem, I believe it is, for one of
Okay.
the locked doors.
Yeah, that's kind of a
Yeah.
fun moment of interaction with Chris and Rebecca and just like the kind of cheesiness, right? She needs to warm up her piano skills for 8 minutes
Hmm.
to play Moonlight Sonata, whereas Jill
Yeah.
just plays it outright, which is interesting.
Is
But
also impressive of her.
yeah, yeah.
It's also interesting technology, like I mean, I know, like obviously there's a lot of wacky stuff that happens in this game, but I was kind of like, man, have like a door that's like synced up to like the Moonlight Snob and needs to be played perfectly. Is kind of interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with like the tiger statue, right? With the blue eye rotates the statue this
Yeah.
way and the red eye or the red gem rotates it the other way. It's like, how do you have a statue that
Yeah, there have to be because they're
codes for
identical gems.
color?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have to be like lasers that could like read the
Yeah.
color or something.
Very
So
advanced.
yeah, this
Yeah.
George Trevor guy, he knew what he was doing when he built
Oh,
this
yeah.
mansion.
That's right.
Which
Is
I don't think we
George?
know that's George
We
Trevor yet.
don't. No.
I think
No.
that's
We would have to
in
wait
the
until
remake.
2002. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Um, how far did you get in the mansion? Like, I forget, did you get to Yawn?
Yes, I got to Yawn.
Okay.
Yep. So the other iconic moment that I want to talk about, I alluded to it earlier. There's a part where dogs bust through the window. It's a big
Oh,
jump
yep.
scare.
Yep.
I generally try to run past the dogs unless there's
Yep.
like a lot of them. You can shoot multiple at the same time if you have the shotgun, which is nice. But
Oh,
usually the play, if it's not some place where you need to like spend a lot of time, just run past them.
yeah.
They're actually
That,
pretty easy to dodge.
yeah. That hallway, I don't bother
Yeah,
shooting the dogs. I just run through the
yeah.
Cerberi, I guess would be
The
the
Cerberus,
plural.
yeah, yeah,
Cerberi.
yeah.
Yeah, but
And
totally
man, I like
iconic
that.
scene.
Who who shoots dogs? Maybe the dogs like being zombies. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
The people are kind of like I'm putting them out of their miseries, but maybe these dogs, maybe that's like
yeah. They're living their best lives,
yeah,
you
they
know?
get to lots of energy. They get to
Hmm.
bust through glass,
Yeah,
which sounds fun.
yeah.
Get to eat stuff. Get to have their skin like half on and half off. Every dog's dream.
Every dog's dream.
Every dog's dream. So our first boss fight is Yawn. Yawn is a giant snake, so I assume Yawn is a pun with the snake opening his mouth really wide. Looks like it's yawning.
I assume so. I actually don't know the lore there
I
with
don't either.
Yawn.
The first of what will become a staple of the series of sometimes the virus will turn an animal will stay the normal size but become evil, like a dog or a crow, and sometimes they'll just get real big, like a
Yes.
snake
Yes.
or a frog. We'll have other real big animals as the series goes on,
We
but this is
sure
our first
will.
real big animal. What do you think of the boss fight? I thought actually it gives you a lot of space. It feels like it's teaching you how to do combat in this game.
I think that's a smart way of looking at it. And that was not the lesson I took because I just ran in, got the item, and ran
Oh,
out.
okay.
So I
Okay.
just dodged it entirely. I felt like later on when we fight Yawn again, Yawn Part 2, I really struggled with the camera angles and aiming.
Hmm.
Just because Yawn is a pretty mobile and agile boss. And so I felt like needing to run and then getting tripped up on Yawn's tail and then going to the corner. I found it somewhat frustrating, but I didn't fight Yawn in the first location.
Yeah. I did. I had the shotgun by this point. Um, so he only really takes a few hits if you have the shotgun. I think it's like
Okay.
four to seven ish. It
Okay.
wasn't. I didn't have to reload,
Okay.
so it wasn't too bad. And then yeah, as you alluded to, he flees.
Yep.
I don't know if you shoot him here versus running. If he has like more health when you find him the second time.
I kind of don't
I
think so.
assume not. That
Yeah.
just seems like it'd be too advanced for this generation of games. It'd be
Yeah.
cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
shot him. Just as a matter of course. And it does give you lots of stuff to like put between you and him. There's like a big pillar in the center of the room
Right.
that you can
Right.
kind of like ring around the rosy him and get behind him. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was for this. It's difficult to do a good boss fight with this control scheme with the tank controls, but I thought
Yes.
it worked pretty well.
Yeah, and I think it was genuinely surprising, even though I knew that boss was coming, seeing the snake slither out, right?
Hmm.
The size, I
It's a
think
cool
is,
moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's intense and also yeah, gives you a sense, as you said, what other horrors might await.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of establishes like it's not just gonna be dogs and zombies. It's gonna get pretty wild.
Gonna get pretty wild.
Um, so did you get bit or no?
I did. Yeah,
Okay. So what
definitely got
happens with
bit.
Jill if you get bit? Do you get poisoned or
You
did it
get
just damage you?
you get poisoned, and so then you go back out into the hallway and you pass out and you
Okay.
wake up in a save room. And I believe I don't recall if
Oh,
it's explicitly mentioned, but Barry
very
brings you back to the save room.
gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, so because I think I was worried as to what would happen. I was like, is that going to be really bad? Or, like what are
Yeah.
the implications of that? But to my knowledge, there were none.
Okay. Because yeah, there is a poison status in this game, but I don't think we have blue herbs yet at this point.
In
So I
the
think it is
in the game or in
in the
the
in the game.
like at that point in the game.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
right because we do get
Okay.
them later.
Later, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't sure about like why I was like, oh, does Jill even get poisoned? But I forgot that
Yeah.
she gets rescued by Barry.
Yeah.
If you're Chris and you get bit, Rebecca shows up and you have awkward dialogue where she asks you if you're okay like 50 times.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot to mention the really awkward dialogue when she comes into the piano bar. You've already met her once. She walks in and says, "It's me, Chris." And there's like a 5-second pause. And then Chris goes, "Is that you, Rebecca?" And they're literally standing like 2 feet away from each other. So it's
Oh
like,
my God.
I mean, you've only seen like one other person here, it's
Right.
not,
Right.
yeah, he acts like they ran into each other after like, oh, I haven't seen you since college. It's like you
Right.
saw her
It's
10
like,
minutes ago, 3 rooms away. Like it's probably her, Chris. Get with the
wow.
program.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, you have
So
more awkward dialogue. And I'm sorry, you were gonna say something?
no, no, no.
Okay. As Chris, you have more awkward dialogue with Rebecca, and you pass out. You pass out from the venom.
Okay.
Interesting enough, there is a zombie in this room where you pass out. I ran past him, didn't shoot him. And then if you come back out and pass out, he just disappears.
Hmm.
So that's kind of
Okay.
cool. So you
Had some
can save some ammo,
yeah.
not killing the zombie if you want to just get bit by a snake instead. So this is where you play as Rebecca. So Rebecca has to go get the
Ah,
serum. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, you just have to remember where the save room is and go grab it, run back. You do have a gun and you can pick up
hmm,
healing items. So if you do get damaged, you can theoretically heal yourself. I just ran past everything. I mean, I already cleared out the
sure.
problematic areas, so it's pretty easy. Just run past everything and run back, give him the serum, and he pops back up and he's good to go. Rebecca fucks off again. I can't remember what her
Mm.
excuse is. She just kind of has to go do something else.
Which I mean would be par for the course in the dialogue, right? Be like, I forgot I had to do something. It
Mhm.
could be as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah. And Chris is like, no further questions. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's very much the flavor of the dialogue with Barry
Hmm.
and Jill, right? Barry will ask things, "Have you found anything interesting?" And it's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
everything. Everything
Yeah.
has been interesting." It's like there are secret rooms and tunnels and switches and zombies and zombie dogs and snakes, it's
Yeah.
like Barry.
I didn't write this down, but there's another kind of cool puzzle with the shotgun.
Mm,
So this is another difference between the two, because if you're Chris, Barry doesn't save you from the spikes.
the spikes.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Because there's a room where
Maybe.
maybe it's not spikes, where the ceiling's
Okay.
coming down on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the ceiling coming
Yeah.
down on you. It's not spikes. And then when you're Chris, you have to find a broken shotgun and do an Indiana Jones, put
Yep.
that in the place of the shotgun, and then the trap would trigger.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Jill, I don't think you need to find a broken shotgun,
No.
right?
And
Barry just pulls you out.
Barry does save you. It is strange that the broken shotgun is present, but you don't need to engage it. So I didn't. I got the
Hmm.
shotgun first and then I found the broken shotgun.
Okay.
I was like, I don't
And you're like,
need
why
to
would I
mess with that.
downgrade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
shotgun's a good weapon.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can kill zombies in one shot. Dogs usually take a couple, but you can, if you line them up correctly, you can get multiple dogs hit with one, so it ends up being roughly the same. So I like the shotgun.
Yeah. I did
I'm just
not.
using it as my main weapon
Oh,
versus the
that's
gun, just
interesting.
mostly because of the inventory issue. It's
Okay.
pretty generous with shells. If you look around for them, you can find. I
Yeah.
haven't so far, knock on wood, I haven't had issues where I'm running low on ammo.
Well, and I think for me, the end of the mansion sequence is really where the game starts to pick up in terms of I felt like my playthrough was much more robust in terms of health items, ammunition. So I was using the pistol and I really just saved the shotgun until the hunters showed up.
That's smart.
Um,
I should probably,
you know,
yeah,
but like the game, I think gives you enough by this point where I was not in any danger of running low,
yeah,
which cuts some of the tension, right? But this
yeah,
is
and
also something the game does cross
that is
installment.
some, yeah, that does carry through the series. Like generally, at the beginning, ammo is a lot more scarce than it becomes towards the end,
Yeah,
and yeah, that might just be like a playstyle thing
it
where
might be.
I'm pretty cautious and like to look around, so I tend to like if there's ammo, I want to find it, and I'm willing to take like a special trip back to store it in the item box, even if it's
Sure,
going to waste 5 minutes or whatever. So,
sure.
yep.
The shotgun effect, though, when I did use it on a zombie, I got in a pinch. The shotgun to the head, still a cool animation.
It's very cool. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's more graphic than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Their heads just explode
Yeah,
as they would.
I think so. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So where
Yeah.
did you leave off precisely?
So I'm a little bit further than this, but the last thing on my notes is the guardhouse, the guardhouse save room. So you
Yeah.
get the square crank, which is
Yep.
a cool use of the camera angles because you can't see it, and then when you walk by, there's a camera angle that's more elevated, and you can
Hmm.
see it,
Yep.
the crank there. So it signals to you that like, oh, I need to climb up there and get the
Right.
crank. Use that to drain the pool. You go across, you avoid some smaller snakes,
Yeah.
and then you get to kind of another mini area of like the garden, and then there's like a little sort of um, the guide I had was calling it the that was kind of used as like a reference and to go through and make notes. Call it the guardhouse. I don't know if it's officially called that anywhere, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like
That's
the it's sort of meant to be like kind of a servants quarter type of thing. It seems like
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, service quarter maybe like a guest house type of deal.
Yeah.
Um, yep, and
Okay.
then yep, that's where I have as like a break off point. If I
That's
don't
a
know if that
good, yeah,
yeah.
that's a good stopping point because I think you're about to deal with Plant 42. So previously we had talked about getting into the guardhouse and doing battle with Yawn, which I don't know why I made it sound like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but
I mean, it's a little. You could argue it's the turn-based. It's real time, but you kind of run and shoot and then try
yeah,
to dodge and
if those
yeah,
are all turns,
yeah.
you know,
I guess it's not really turn-based. It's just
yeah,
kind of like
that's okay.
yeah,
I
just slow.
appreciate you were trying to
Yeah.
help me out.
Hmm.
So yeah, we are in the garden slash guardhouse. What did you think of the area at large, atmospherically?
So I like this area. I think it's cool. I like the kind of ambient noise of the barking dogs,
Hmm. Hmm.
which kind of freaks me out because even if I do kill the dogs in general because I think they're very annoying. I think they're
Like
worth getting
in
rid of. They're faster
the game, not in real life.
in the game, not in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Like
they're
getting
the
rid of the
zombies you can
dogs.
kind of run around but
Yeah.
the dogs, I don't know. I like to line them up with the shotgun and try to get them all in a blast or two and just be done with it.
That's smart.
But
Yeah. I only
hmm
use the pistol on them because I am my playthrough I was being an ammo conservationist. So I would either run or just pistol, just waste
the
the
smart way to do
ammo,
it.
you know.
It's the
But
traditional way to do it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but
But yeah, it is a weird it is a weird space, like the kind of dormitory layout. I think I didn't
yeah,
realize at first that that's what it was. I was like, why is it,
it's like a
room?
little mini mansion. It's like the servants'
Hmm.
quarters or something. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And so obviously Plant 42 and V-Jolt is the name of the game for this section.
That's the big boss you have here. But first you have to drain the water out of the pool with the square crank,
Yep.
which is my favorite item in the game. I don't know why.
The
I think
square
it's fun.
crank.
Yeah, it's just fun. You
Yeah,
see it
yeah,
there and it seems useful, you
yeah.
know.
And
It's not like the hex crank is, I don't know, it feels ostentatious to
too
be a
many sides.
hexagon.
Yeah.
Too many sides.
Who
Who
builds
needs
in
it?
hexagons
That's what I say.
these days?
So,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
and I feel like the kind of crank to lower water mechanic is a familiar one we'll see in later entries too. I
Mhm.
feel like that's very common, which is a very strange mechanic because I don't actually know if that could happen.
I can see it emptying because I guess the idea is that you're like lifting up like, some sort of the lock or dam or whatever.
Sure.
But then when it like refills it later, that's kind of like, well, how's it get back? That
Yeah. Yeah.
seems weird for
So
the same crank to be able to refill it. But
yeah. Yeah. The physics
yeah,
are dubious.
it's a little dubious. I'm not a hydrologist for what it's worth.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. We need a structural engineer to tell us if it's possible.
I think so. Yeah. In addition to a virologist to tell us about the T virus, G virus, and
Did
biologists to tell us about the
did you say a
the different
rol
monsters.
a
A
rol
virologist, is
Oh,
that a
a
thing?
pharologist. I thought you just said a rologist.
Just
I
a
was like,
general,
I don't know what a
just a general
rologist is.
virologist. Just your various gists we need
hmm
for this one.
hmm
Yeah. But yeah, the garden area, it's cool, kind of small. You get to the waterfall, which it's a nice little water feature that they threw
hmm
in there.
hmm
And then yeah, the guardhouse, like you said, dorm. You got bedrooms, you got the rec room, so that's fun. Little pool table.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
uh they got the nightclub style circular tables for some reason.
Right. Yeah, it
Hmm.
was stealth swanky guardhouse. I didn't really understand some of the decor.
The decor
Uh
was, yeah, it was a little, it weirdly fits. There's like kind of I should look this up, but do we know when the mansion was built? It was kind of built in the 60s, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to, isn't that
maybe
canonical?
we
Because there
can
is kind of like a 60s, 70s like lounge vibe to a lot of the Spencer
yeah,
Mansion
there really is.
and environs.
Yeah, and I wonder I mean we'll get there eventually, but I wonder if that's maintained in the remake. I don't remember it as much, that vibe, but it's been a while since I played the
Yeah,
remake.
yeah. I guess we'll get to it. That'll be something we can compare. In general, I remember the remake being feeling more kind of just like run down, you
hmm
know?
hmm
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it felt more like an abandoned house. And this one is somewhat abandoned, but it feels like recently abandoned
Yeah.
or recently overrun. So,
You are correct about the mansion. It was designed by George Trevor, and completed in November 1967, courtesy of the Resident
1967.
Evil
All right.
wiki. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 67.
Yeah.
So it's only at this point, uh
21 years? No, 31 years
31
old.
years old.
31
Yeah,
years old.
which
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Do we have
fits.
a Zillow listing for
Oh
the
yeah.
Spencer Mansion?
Yeah,
It's got the
it would be
square
one
footage
it would be one of those listings that they don't have photos and they're just like as is, right? They have
as
an
is.
exterior and
Yep.
they're like contact broker if you want a tour,
Yeah. Hmm.
which we've seen a number of times, which are like, yeah, I don't think so.
That's advice that people don't often tell you. Always make sure to look at the inside of the house before you
Yeah.
purchase it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
As is.
I've made that mistake many times in my life.
What was on the inside?
Just like a big empty space. Just nothing. No floors.
No floors.
Just
You just like walk in and
yeah,
immediately.
just four walls and a ceiling. That's all.
Oh wow. So it's just
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
room. It's not even a
yeah.
house.
The pipes didn't go anywhere. There's just like a big
Ugh.
pit underneath it. So
Ugh,
yeah,
God.
that was a problem. But yeah,
Sounds like when I fuck up in blueprints.
yeah,
It's just
yeah. That would
like
be a crazy house. Oh man, where would you rather live, the Spencer Mansion or the Blueprints Mansion?
Spencer.
Spencer for
Spencer.
sure.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want the rooms to
Imagine
change.
if you had to go to the bathroom, you have to like draft away his room so he finds laboratory.
Yeah,
Like,
and
oh
it's
my
like,
God.
where is it today? And it's like, I would definitely
Yeah.
not make it.
I wouldn't, yeah, it wouldn't
No,
be fun.
no.
But if you draft the pool,
Well, yeah, yeah. That's
hop in,
fine. That's fine. Nobody
Yeah.
else is there, so
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's
yeah.
our first of three guaranteed peeing in the pool jokes for the podcast. Like we
Uh,
promise to bring you the best in content. Three peeing in the pool jokes
three
per
being
episode.
no more, no less.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh
I
anyway, where
will,
were we?
yeah, Guardhouse. I will say, and even though I knew it was coming, the route that extends from the bottom of Plant 42 through the hole when you run past it and attacks you, that did scare me the first time. I knew it was
That is a
coming.
Yeah, that's a cool mechanic. That made me jump too. And then I
Yeah.
remember that like, oh yeah, you're supposed to push like the statue over the hole.
Oh, is that what you were supposed to do?
Yeah, there's like a little statue
Uh,
there that's for no reason, but you're supposed to
yeah.
eventually push it over the
Wow.
hole. So
That I feel really dumb because I just took damage.
yeah, you just were like,
I was
I'm just
like,
gonna power through it.
this is what it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Whereas I was like, why is this statue here? So
well, thankfully there's lots of herbs in the garden, which makes sense.
there
So
sure are. And I think
yeah,
this is where
yeah.
we really start getting into mixing the green, red,
Yeah,
and
was this where
blue.
you found I think you found the bounty book in the mansion itself and it
Yeah,
kind of gave you the rundown of like how to mix them up.
yeah,
Which I liked as a memo, just to kind of give you what to do with
yeah,
with each of them.
yeah.
So
Because
yeah,
I think even though, because I've been playing the series for a while, it's intuitive to me now, but it wouldn't be intuitive upon first playing it. Like what I mix these herbs and then they become this paper with a
yeah,
color.
yeah. You wouldn't necessarily think like oh green like red is like a intensifier for the green herb, or the like
No.
blue equals poison. You wouldn't necessarily, yeah, but
No, no.
yeah,
So yeah, they do feel more bountiful in this area
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Uh,
Um,
we get a big block pushing puzzle,
oh my
which
God.
these really don't hold up for me. We talked earlier, we'll
No.
talk when we wrap up. I think the game overall holds up really well, more than I thought it would. The pushing the blocks around, especially when it's like not a puzzle, you just have to do it. It's
Yeah.
like why?
Yeah.
And then it's one part where the angles, the camera angles are challenging because like I can't tell if I'm against a wall, I can't tell if I'm a
Right.
bit behind it. It feels very like
Right.
the illusion of 3D really like stretches at that point, trying to figure out where you're situated.
And this is the water tank entry puzzle,
Yeah, you have
correct?
to push like
Yeah.
the three boxes into the water to make the bridge and run across. And it's like
Right. Right.
I appreciate we're doing something, but it's very yeah, very basic, very just
Yeah.
interactive things for the sake of interacting with them. You're actually using your brain, really.
Right. And it took me a little bit to realize that I had to push the last box, right? Technically the first one you encounter against the other wall, right?
Hmm
And then push it all the way down. Um
Yeah, that is
uh,
actually where I use rewind because I fucked up the boxes a few times. It's
oh,
like I
that's
pushed it
smart.
too far or not enough. So it's like I'm not gonna leave the room and do it all over again.
That's what I
I'm just
did.
gonna rewind for a minute.
I
Yeah.
was like, let me leave this room and they magically reset. I do think this is also, it's obviously a limitation with the gameplay, but like the fact that you can't pull anything, it's just like it'd
Yeah.
be so
Yeah, you
easy, much
really
easier if you could just pull it because you could push it. So,
and it might not be that you can't pull it physically. Chris and Jill might be very good at
mm,
doing their safety training for stars. Because I don't know if you've ever done any push and pull related safety training, but you should
um,
try to push things rather than pull it. You're more likely to strain yourself pulling something than
oh,
pushing
I
something.
see. So maybe this is like
Yeah.
a
They're like, our commitment is
liability,
to safety here at Stars.
right? Can't spell
That might
stars
be it.
without safety.
That's and some other
Well,
letters.
it's not true, but yeah.
Yeah. Can't spell stars without sarfties. That's not good.
Sarfties.
Sarfties.
Yeah.
Benny Sarfty. Have you seen the new Sarfty movie? It has
Just the one with Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
yeah, Dwayne Johnson plays a shady sports memorabilia salesman.
Hmm. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I
Yeah.
was actually talking about the Smashing Machine.
Oh, this man. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
That's
I thought
okay.
you were talking about that hypothetical Benny Safdie movie,
Oh
but I
no.
forgot that they did the Smashing Machine, which looks
Yeah.
good.
That does. I'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I will see it. But what's not a rock, quite the opposite of a rock, is Planet 42, which is, as
Yeah.
we referenced before, the main boss of this area. You get introduced to it through a memo. We can kind of talk about the memo system here too, because we missed
Sure.
a few memos in the first time.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
sort of a couple different types of memos. There's the sort of like world building background ones, which is probably best exemplified by the keeper's diary that we find in the mansion, which that one rocks. I mean, that
It
one's very
does.
iconic.
It
It's got
does.
the classic itchy tasty line, which I think everybody remembers, uh, reference to various degrees of success in later games.
Yeah. Do we want to I guess we don't need to read the whole thing, but we can start with the beginning, right? May 9th, 1998. At night we played poker with Scott the guard, Alias, and Steve the researcher. Actually, that should probably be Elias, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot about old
Yeah.
Elias.
Yeah.
Well,
Steve,
Steve is a scumbag.
yeah, according to
Yeah, we
yeah.
learned.
Yeah, I think he was cheating at poker. What a
He was cheating it.
scumbag.
Yeah, those researchers, man, you can't
Yeah.
trust them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But yeah, obviously the memo keeps getting more and more intense in terms of the narration of the accident, the outbreak in the basement lab. The researcher starts to turn himself, obviously accumulating with the line, fever gone, but itchy, hungry, and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy, Scott came, ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. The last page
That's so
is
good.
tasty.
Hung
Yeah,
when I was like 10 or 11, whenever I first played this game, hungry and eat doggy food really stuck with me. I found that
really.
to be a really like chilling line. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I was just like, ooh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
conjures like the image of just somebody kind of, right, who's
Like
maybe,
losing their humanity. Yeah.
yeah,
Just
feral,
being,
just wolfing down a bowl of
yeah.
Purina.
Yeah. Just becoming like all id, all just eat.
Mm,
Yeah. Food, food,
yeah,
food, eat, eat,
yeah.
eat.
And also the holding on to humanity, right? Like the dislike for Scott. His face is ugly.
Mhm.
I think Scott would have been eaten regardless, but you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like classic. I feel like a lot of zombie media does this of like how much retains, can you get through to somebody after a zombie? Do they still have like a piece of them in there? It's kind of interesting that way.
Yeah.
I also like that it mentions the hunters, talks about, yeah, they have to feed a live pig to something that looks like a skinned gorilla. So it kind of gives you
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a preview of maybe what's to come. Talking about the acts in the basement labs, which is also, I think, good like plot world building, sort of gives an in-game reason for why the game sort of gets harder as you get more
Mm,
towards closer to the source of where the more serious experiments were kept.
right, right.
Yep. And we have sort of a what's the right word here? A period of how long it takes to get infected because he starts on May
Yeah,
12th, and that's like May 12th through May 16th. He's like sick, but he's still like just oh, I got the flu or something type of sick, and then by May 19th, he's like killing and eating people.
right, right.
Yeah, so you kind of see it takes like about a week at this point, but
Yeah, May
yeah,
16th was not a good day for this person either. He says, when I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. So,
that's never good. That's a good
yeah,
time to go to a doctor,
hate it
and
when
he
that
does.
happens.
Yeah.
Right. I also we do get a nice kind of reference to the oh hi Kyle. It's like what? Uh, we get a nice reference to the corporate horror, right, of Umbrella when the researcher says, the company has ordered no one leaves the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. And so I think that's an early hit toward the extent to which Umbrella will go to cover things up.
Yeah, is this the one where they talk about the guy getting shot when he tries to escape, or is that
Ooh,
might be the
it,
researcher's letter or the
yeah,
will maybe? But
right, right.
yeah, yeah, we
Yeah,
start. Yeah, getting the picture of this. wasn't just like a accident, not an innocent thing. They're, bad folks behind this.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to kind of get into this memo because it really does provide a lot of information,
Hmm.
other than the just kind of tonal, like this is creepy, right? It does give us a lot to keep in
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That would
Yeah.
be good. We didn't mention, but another fun one you do find the researcher's will
Hmm.
in the mansion that talks more about the accident, and that's a virus that's causing the zombies. And of course is signed by my favorite character that we don't meet, Martin Crackhorn, which I don't know why that's not so funny, but just signing a letter to your wife and being like, sincerely, Martin Crackhorn.
Martin Crackhorn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it reminded me of in Friendship where he calls his wife from the bar and he's like, it's Craig Waterman, but I said my last name. He's for like, should I scratch out that Crackhorn? I was like, fuck it, I love that.
Well, I mean, and
But halfway to a zombie already, so
I guess, yeah, I mean, this is like not that important, but what was his plan for that? Like he was writing it, was he hoping to get it out, to send it out? Was he hoping
yeah.
somebody would find it?
I guess that's true with a lot of these sort of like letters, that you find in
Hmm.
games, because definitely becomes a trope. I feel like it wasn't a trope at this point,
Yeah.
but like definitely as we go on, this become more and more of a trope in games. And yeah, they write letters just kind of like leave them on their dead corpse, and I guess you just hope somebody finds it and brings it
Yeah.
to you know
Yeah.
Alma or
I
whatever
think
her name was.
that's right. Yeah. I think it's also just right. The rationale is probably just the fact that the developers are like, we need to get information to the player.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Oh, we'll just put a letter as if somebody wrote it, but they're probably not thinking, well, how is he planning to, is he going to
Hmm.
send it via post or,
Yeah.
right?
Throw it over the
Um,
wall in a bottle.
right,
Yeah.
right. Because I was like, maybe he signed his last name because he was like, he wants other people to, they want, he wants
They
them to
know it goes
know.
to Alma Crackhorn.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But then, yeah, it's like, who is this for? I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, researchers will is a good one. It's sad too,
It is sad, yeah.
you
There's a
know.
few that are kind of sad, bring the humanity a little bit.
Yeah,
But what's not sad is the Planet 42 report, which
not sad, not
yeah,
sad.
basically it tells you that there's a big old plant that's growing real fast, and you can kill it by dumping V-Jolt on its roots.
Vigilt
V-Jolt, it's called.
sounds like a Surge spinoff.
It kind of does sound like, yeah, like a very like 90s style extreme soda.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Something you
So,
drink when you're like skateboarding.
uh-huh. It's edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty edgy because it's complicated to make. What happened with when you're Jill when you do this? Do you make the V-Jolt and do it yourself? Does Barry do it? What happens there?
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure that I made it. I don't think I had any particularly um fond memories of doing so. Although wait, actually, let me think about this. Barry actually I think did it because now that I
Oh,
think of
good for
it,
Barry.
yeah, right. Now that I think of it, I did not do any of the mixing of the materials. I think I found the
Okay.
memo and I was like, oh, right, this is going to be a pain in the ass. And then that didn't happen. Like I didn't mix it.
Oh, nice.
So
Barry's
yeah,
got your back.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Mixing puzzles are not my favorite thing.
Okay. In Chris's version, you walk into the plant room and you get like caught by the plant instantly. You already read about how they'll grab you and drink the blood out of you. They've already lost several researchers to that, it
Oh
says in the memo,
gosh.
which
Oh,
is kind of like, at some point, just stay away from land. It's not that hard.
right. Yeah.
But, Chris doesn't heed it. He just walks right up the plant, gets, you know, in the process of being eaten. Rebecca comes in. She has great timing, and you say, go, help me, blah, blah, blah. And Rebecca, because she's an expert kind of chemist, mixer,
Right.
healer,
Right.
she goes down to make it in the basement. Chris also calls it a potion, which I thought was funny. More kind of Chris is just a total dumbass in this game type of thing. He thinks it's all magic. He doesn't understand it. Doesn't understand chemistry. But I kind of like the mixing puzzle. It was like a little
Okay.
math puzzle. You got
Okay.
different numbers, and it gave you enough to figure it out with just some. We're spoiled now because you can just take a picture of it. I just like took a picture with my phone and then
Right.
read it all.
Right.
But yeah, if you were playing 96, you might have to get like a piece of paper and write
Yeah.
this
Right.
down to
Write some
try
stuff
keep
down.
track of like, what is what. It's basically structured like this substance equals one, this substance equals two, and they have to do just some very light algebra to get to the V-jolt number.
That's pretty complex, I would say. I mean, not that algebra is super complex, but for a puzzle
For
in a
yeah,
game.
for a puzzle in like a adventure horror game in 96, it was yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
like we talked about, it's the kind of puzzle where I felt like I finished with it. I was like, oh, nice, I figured it out. I had like a good feeling that I
Yeah.
got it. I wasn't like, oh, that was stupid, or like, oh, that's what
Right.
you had to do. It,
Right.
it made sense, so I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, and
And then
how many people were doing algebra in 1996?
I don't know if it had been invented yet in 1996.
They
I
weren't
didn't learn
doing they weren't
until
doing
like sixth
algebra.
grade. So as far
Yeah.
as I know,
Yeah. That's at least like 2000,
hmm
2001. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
as far as I know, Mr. Miller invented it in sixth grade. That was my sixth
That
grade
was
teacher.
your
So
it's just
yeah,
like, who's that?
yeah,
Mr. Miller.
yeah.
Um
I was like, it's like I thought it was Descartes. He's like, shut! Don't ever mention that name to me again. So I think he was more calculus, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
We
Yeah,
should get him on the pod.
we should get Rene Descartes in the pod.
Rene Descartes, not Mr.
Yeah,
Miller.
or Mr. Miller. Yeah,
Okay. I
Mr.
was
Miller's
like,
probably easier to get. I think
Rene,
Rene might be tough.
isn't he dead? He's got to be
Yeah,
dead.
I mean he was alive in like the like hundreds of years ago, so
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
presumably. But
We gotta
something to card before the horse. But anyway, so when you're did you have to fight the plant? It's weird. They
no.
say that dumping on the roots will kill it, but then you do it, but it just like makes it drop crisp, and you still have to fight it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't have to fight it. It just shriveled. And
Oh,
so it
okay.
was kind of like, well, that was taken care of. So it was a little
Well,
anticlimactic.
sounds like my Friday night. But yeah, it's Chris. You have to shoot the plant a whole bunch. Pretty easy. Not like a great
Yeah.
boss fight. I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of just a meh boss. It's just
Yeah.
everything in this game is kind of just like a big thing, but a big
Yes.
plant is kind of lame. I don't know.
It's not the most dynamic, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of like, oh, a big plant,
it's
right? It's not
yeah,
exactly the stuff of nightmares.
it's stationary, so it kind of like whips its vines at you, but you can most just run over, shoot it twice, run back, shoot it twice. I think it takes like 6 or 7 shots, and you're good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's kind of hilarious that it would take 6 to 7 sh
like shotgun blast to kill
to
like
kill a plant.
to kill a Gredenza. Yeah, it's kind
Like,
of
what? I mean, you could, maybe we should do this. It should just, I mean, this would be a lot of work. Acquire a firearm and then
do a
see,
Mythbusters.
yeah, how
Yeah,
many shotgun shells does it take to destroy this plant? Yeah,
yeah,
that's a lot of work. It's
that was a
very,
lot of work. And we'd be arrested probably for firing a gun in the city limits,
yeah, yeah.
just in the backyard. Um, but
It's
yeah.
my preferred weeding method, shotgun.
Ooh, nice.
If I recall correctly,
Practical.
yeah, expensive, but practical. Um,
Wasteful and practical.
right. And
Yeah.
upsetting the neighbors. They're like, what are you doing? You get the helmet key after you defeat the
Yep, yeah.
plant,
So you defeat
correct?
the plant, then you find the helmet key, which basically turns out to be like the main reason why you came to this whole area was it the
Yep.
helmet key.
Yep.
I do want to say that after Rebecca saves you, Chris tells her that she got to the root of the problem, so that's fun. He's
Chris.
very proud of himself.
Uh,
And you also get the radio.
right. Right.
Yeah,
The
so
radio.
radio's kind of like it doesn't go in your inventory. It's more like a kind of permanent item you have. And so Brad Vickers, the helicopter pilot, can occasionally radio you, and you can't respond. You can only hear him, but he's still there. So,
Right. The cowardly pilot, Brad.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, the classic trope of the cowardly pilot.
Yeah. It became a
Yeah,
staple in Western media after
hmm
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Um,
yeah.
and
There's so
so,
many mothers and fathers out there who are just like say with shame in their voice that their son became a pilot. It's one of the worst things you can be.
Yeah, I like
IMO.
that. This would be funny because people would be like, is this just very dry humor, or they actually think pilot being a pilot is shameful?"
Uh,
I don't think anybody would think that because they might not listen.
I think I would think that because they'll never hear it. So
Sorry, that was like
you gotta think
I
positively.
know, I know. Yeah, I'm just
Dozens of people could hear this someday.
like people won't get our joke, but they wouldn't listen
Yeah.
this long. Um, yeah, and it's on the route back to the mansion that we get the cutscene with the hunters, correct?
Did I want to go back a little bit?
Sorry,
Did
sorry,
you run
yeah.
into Wesker in your playthrough at this point? Because I Chris runs into Wesker.
I don't believe so. No, I
Okay.
don't have anything in my notes about running into Wesker in the guardhouse specifically.
Yeah, when you're like headed back towards you're in like the first hallway. No, you're in with the bees
Okay.
because you walk in and Wesker is shooting and he's shooting the bees, which is like pretty dumb because you can just run past the bees.
Right, right.
Which is another thing with this game and like all games. It's like, what are these other people doing? Like they're just like, why does
Shooting.
Wesker have infinite ammo and I can zoom on my ammo? It just I guess he
Right.
works for Umbrella, so he probably knows where
I mean, that's
all the hidden
maybe,
ammo is. But
but there probably shouldn't have been much ammo there anyway, right? It would be just from
yeah,
stars.
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Um,
Well, especially
yeah.
like Rebecca. Like Rebecca's always like fucking off somewhere, and it's like, well, how's she getting around? Like she doesn't. I don't know, but she makes it. So, but
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, you're under Wesker. He's shooting bees. I thought this was kind of clever. He tells you to go back to the mansion. Tells Chris to go back,
Uh-huh.
and he kind of frames it as like, oh, you should go back and check in case you missed anything. And I like it for two reasons. So it kind of like gameplay wise, it's there to like tell you what to do next
Yeah.
because it's not obvious that you might have to backtrack at this point. So I could see somebody being just kind of lost, being like, well,
Right.
where do I go? I
Right.
already did the
Right.
mansion. So he tells you to go back to the mansion. And then also later on, once we realize that, spoilers, Wesker is with Umbrella. One of his tasks is to pit the stars against the various monsters and BOWs,
Hmm.
bioorganic weapons, excuse me, to get combat data. So it's not explicit, but my assumption was that Wesker had, unleashed the hunters at that point. That's why the hunters
Right.
show up now because he's trying to see how they perform in a
Yeah.
real world
Yeah.
situation.
I think that's right because otherwise it
Yeah.
doesn't really make sense as to why you wouldn't encounter this particular type of enemy before,
Yeah.
because they pretty much replace the zombies in a lot of the areas of the
Yeah.
mansion.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, that cutscene is, I think,
The
well done.
cutscene rocks.
It's
I think it's
scary.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few
So,
cutscenes in this game that are good now. So like in 1996, like this was probably like mind blowing.
yeah, just a point of view with a creature zeroing in on your location. Um, so yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I will say my only gripe gameplay wise with the hunters is that I think the combat requires you to be more reactive and more quick, and I think that can be a little tricky. If you're shooting a zombie, that's fine, but if something that moves a little more quickly is
Yeah,
challenge.
there's an element of timing with the hunters because they jump. They'll jump at you. They'll kind
Yeah,
of like leap like a frog.
yeah,
So you gotta sort of time it where you're shooting them as they land. Otherwise, the shot just kind of goes past them.
yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely faster and more aggressive than zombies. They're a good enemy gameplay wise. I'm not in love with the design.
No,
It kind
no.
of it kind of looks like a battle toad
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. They look like they
It's like
have
a
really
buff.
bad posture.
They have bad posture.
They're just like
Yeah,
hunched, it's kind of weird.
yeah. They're like little
So
buff boys.
the Bart Harley Jarvis of Resident Evil.
Thank you. Uh, and also, I thought that they would, for some reason, in my mind, they could open doors, and then maybe
Oh,
that's from the
well,
cutscene because it goes through the door. But
yeah,
then they
they
never do.
don't.
Like
They
they have the
don't.
same rules as zombies: can't open doors, can't go upstairs, just kind of chill in whatever corridor they're in.
Yeah, and I think that this is a creature that I feel like their design gets better as graphics improve and as the series continues.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I
You
remember
know,
them being scarier in the remake, but
yep, yep,
yeah, but they're cool here. I mean, it's a nice upgrade from zombies. You're probably pretty used to zombies by now. Either you know how to get rid of them, you know how to avoid them. So it's a nice little ramp up of the challenge.
yeah, and it feels
Yeah.
appropriately scaled for where you are in the game.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You have some more weapons now. You probably explore a little bit. You're yeah.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, agreed. But
yep.
yeah, it does make the mansion, the return to the mansion, I think, more tense, scary because a lot of the places that you've been, right, as we said, the zombies have now been replaced by hunters. So areas that were a little bit more kind of um, low to no risk then become reconfigured.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's that classic kind of horror thing where some place that you thought was safe is now no longer safe, now
Yeah,
dangerous, if you will.
yeah.
So yeah.
And that trope to me feels like very, maybe I'm wrong, but that feels like very born out of gaming. I mean, I suppose in horror films, sometimes there's backtracking, but like you're not backtracking through the same place usually like 3 to 4 times,
Yeah, I guess
you
that's
know?
true. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Um, Sorry. I was gonna pursue a thread and I decided not to, but
okay. What
yeah,
was the
yeah.
thread?
I was thinking about like I'm trying to think of like horror movies that have like one setting or one main
Hmm.
setting,
Yeah.
like a haunted house type of thing, and like Extras 3 where it's kind of like most in the hospital and
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
it's sort of yeah. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Good movie though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you kind of mess around, explore some new areas. I don't really remember much else from it until you get to Yawn again. You get Yawn Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that time you do have to fight Yawn. You cannot run.
You do have to fight him because I think this one's harder than the first fight, just because there's not like a big post in the middle to kind of wrap him up, run around, confuse him. You kind of
Right.
just gotta like run from corner to corner, then blast him. But yeah, you fight Yawn again. Um, Not thrilled with how many like I guess there's only two redone bosses, but at this point we've only had two bosses and we're already redoing one. It's kind
That's
of like,
true. It feels a
yeah,
little
doesn't feel inspired.
lazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think we talked about it, but I wouldn't consider Neptune the shark a boss. Would
I
you?
wouldn't either. I mean, I think you just run by him. I really
Yeah.
don't think you're even like encouraged to really kill him. So
Yeah, right. Because once you
yeah,
drain that area, the shark's just flopping
yeah,
infinitely,
drop
which makes me
just
kind of
infinitely
sad.
flop.
It's just like,
Yeah, a little
oh,
bit. Like it's not their
guys.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like I was
yeah,
experimented on and now I'm just flopping around.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a real random tangent, but that always makes me sad when I think about like the end of humanity and how many animals just be like stuck in a house or stuck in a zoo or something.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's dark as hell.
Isn't
Wow.
that? Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think about that sometimes. It's like,
Yeah.
man, that would be, yeah, if there is like a Walking Dead situation, there's just like gonna be a lot of animals just like they're just
Yeah.
fucked. They can't open a
Yeah.
door.
Ugh,
Yeah.
jeez. Yeah.
Sorry, I brought the mood down.
Well,
It's
I
one thing to
mean,
talk about the end of billions of people, that's fine. But
right.
a couple gerbils not making it. That's
I mean, but
yeah.
they can't understand,
I
which is
know.
is I
It's
think,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So anyway, that's the shark in this game. I mostly feel bad for the shark. I think he's a
yeah.
real victim, more so
Yeah.
than any of the Bravo team.
Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
not the guy who played golf.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Yeah.
was his name? Was that Spencer? No, Spencer's
Mm,
the
no, I don't even
that
remember.
was it Kevin Dooley?
I think it was.
Might have been
Yeah.
Kevin Dooley. Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel bad about Kevin Dooley.
No.
I think he deserved what he got. Yeah. Sorry, cut that. I don't want to get canceled by the Kevin Dooley fans
They're
out
like
there,
they're like Kevin Dooley was my grandfather. It's like what? It's like he wasn't even real.
Or Forrest Spencer, Spear, that got pecked to death by crows.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, he went out like a chump.
yeah. He really did.
He did.
The Bravo team
Um,
really is the B team. They only had, I guess, Rebecca's the only one that survived, really, and even that is kind of like if you save her.
right.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, that was another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
And in the meantime, check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hot Zombie Summer Pod, all one word.
So until next time, don't be a Jill sandwich.